Hey, this is Don from Padlock Technologies, owner and principal, here with another video. Got another question. So the question was basically, can I still use Catalyst Center, aka DNAC, even if I don't want to do SDA, which is software-defined access, or yeah, software-defined access anyway. I always mix that up for some reason because there's so many different acronyms out in the Cisco world. But basic question, can you do it or can you use it without going completely to SDA? And the answer is yes. So here's the main thing here, right? We're on the whiteboard, and if you really want to think about it, Catalyst Center is basically Prime 2.0. All right. So if anybody managed the network using Cisco Prime, just think of this as the evolution of Cisco Prime, right? It can do a lot more stuff with Cisco Prime, and it could do the next generation campus network, which is SDA. But you technically don't need SDA to fully utilize Catalyst Center. So why do I say that? Where does Catalyst Center / SDA actually fit in? So as I said before when we were talking about this, we're just going to say Catalyst Center. You know, I like to have my titles here. Catalyst Center, our center, aka DNAC. They're interchangeable, but Cisco likes saying Catalyst Center to keep it congruent with their Catalyst line. So where does Catalyst Center fit in? Well, it's shared services. That's a term that you're going to hear a lot when it comes to SDA. Shared services. So that's services that are outside of the fabric, right? And the fabric is SDA, for those who do not know. So in the non-SDA world, you'll still have shared services, but it will be, you know, AD, then you'll have, you know, ICE sitting up here, then you'll have WLC sitting up here, then you'll have DNAC sitting up here, or Catalyst Center, and I'll say DNAC / CC, right? And you may have some integration between these two, right? And then ultimately ICE will integrate with AD, right? To get the authentication and authorization. Now, DNAC or Catalyst Center by itself can do a lot more, and you don't need to do SDA for this. What are the things that it can do? Well, it can help you with SWIM, which is software image management. This is where you can do something like upgrades, right? Long gone are the days where you have a team of people that will sit there at a box and do a single upgrade, and depending on how many boxes, that could be an all-night affair. So what Catalyst Center can do is it will reach down, it'll get an inventory of your switches, and you'll have these things. You can have sites, and you have buildings, and then you have floors. So you could break it down in this hierarchical the infrastructure, basically. And then the floors, you'll have switch 1 through, let's say, 100. Now, to do 100 switch upgrades manually, yeah, that's going to be a couple of days to do that, right? Especially if you have a team of people. Well, what Catalyst Center can do is it can do this thing called stage upgrades, which with the software image management. You can go, okay, I'm going to do 25 switches today, then 25 switches the next day, and vice versa, right? And it will auto push the image to all the switches and run the upgrades for you, do the reboot for you, and it will do the checks to make sure that the installation of the new iOS software went well, right? It really, really, really brings down the operational overload of your team, right? Now, a lot of people get scared and say, oh, this is going to take my job. Not really, but this will make your job easier for the little minute tasks that you don't want to pay somebody for. You don't need to pay a whole third party to do switch upgrades, right? Let Catalyst Center do that. The other thing Catalyst Center can do is you can do this thing and I want to be careful with this because there is a zero touch provisioning concept in here where a switch gets online. Let's say switch gets online. They have this thing called P&P, right? The P&P process. Switch gets online, starts the P&P process, and then you can onboard it basically using the ZTP process. You can onboard the switch and then push a template to the switch and basically provision the switch without any human intervention, right? Now you got to be careful because the scripting language is for ZTP. Scripting language is either going to be Python, or they call this thing Velocity. Now you can get really in depth with either of the programming language, but as a network engineer, you kind of didn't want to become a programmer. That's why you became a network engineer. Nowadays, you kind of got to know a little bit of programming to be a network engineer nowadays, because automation is the big thing. You'll hear automation, 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 automation. So this is where the automation comes in. Now, what most people do is they'll take their running config, right? They'll take the running config and they'll take all the stuff that Catalyst Center will not push. And then they will call that a template. And then you'll push that template to the switch. Now there's a day 0 template and then a day end template. Difference between the two is your day 0 template is for things, simple stuff. Best practices for your day 0 template, at least how I was taught, is you will do your user credentials, user creds, and then you will do your SNMP, write and read only community strings. Community strings, if you're going to use V2 for SNMP, are the username and password, and priv level if you're going to use V3, right? So you push the day 0 template first, and then the day end goes right after that, which would day end usually has the running config in there. This is just to get some basic local username and password, because you can't really push the day end without being able to log into the switch and push it. So that's another thing it could do, right? Zero touch provisioning. What else can it do? There's this big thing now. Let me move green over here. It's called assurance. What assurance is health of network, right? If you really want to break it down, just the health of the network, right? Of network and users, right? If you capture that user data, you can actually see, hey, the user says there's a problem. They're having some kind of latency issue. Catalyst Center can help you figure it out real quick, because as network engineers, we all know this key thing always gets said. It's the network. Well, when you get somebody saying the network's the problem, in traditional sense, what is happening? You have to do all this, looking at, interfaces, see if there's anything wrong with the transmits and receives. Got to look at bandwidth utilization if you have something that's actually looking at that, like a SolarWinds or something like that. Then you have to look at, is there any congestion? Is it this? Is it that? Well, with Catalyst Center Assurance, you can quickly find out that it's not the network, right? Because it's going to get this thing called telemetry, right? It's going to activate telemetry on all your network devices in the network, and it's going to pump all that telemetry data back into Catalyst Center. And you can easily see, and then you'll have like health scores and stuff like that, right? Health scores. And now you can actually see, hey, it's not the network, because Catalyst Center gets all the telemetry data, and you can tell, hey, there's no congestion, there's no, nothing's using too much bandwidth, there's no jitter. So sorry, user, it's not the network, it's probably something on your machine. It's easy for you to pick that out. The other thing it has is threat hunting or issue hunting. I like to say issue hunting, right? So what's that? Well, if Catalyst Center noticed something on a device that's an issue, what it will do is it will show you, hey, there's an issue with this, and it will give you basic troubleshooting or T-shooting things. It will give you recommendations for troubleshooting to fix the issue. Now, the end all be all is always going to be call TAC, all right? At the end of the day, if you tried everything under the sun and it still is not working, it's going to say call TAC, right? So, like I was saying before, all of this stuff you get without going to SDA. You don't really have to worry about fusion routers and border nodes and control plane nodes and, fabric edge nodes and VNs and IP pools and all that nonsense. You don't have to do any of that if you want to utilize Catalyst Center. All you really have to do is you do your network hierarchy, and then you can literally start discovering switches and putting them in the floors, and then just manage it using Swim, look at telemetry data, maybe have a little bit of automation, ZTP with, PNP process and stuff like that. And then you're ready to go. And then once you get comfortable with Catalyst Center there, now you can make the educated decision of, do I actually want to implement SDA? And I kind of tell people, you need to get used to Catalyst Center first before you jump right into SDA. Because if you don't know anything about Catalyst Center and you jump right to SDA, well, now you have double the stuff that you got to learn. You got to learn not only the Catalyst Center fundamental stuff, but you also got to learn the SDA fundamental stuff. And coming from a traditional network background, that is a very hard thing to try to pick up. It's just like going from, let's say, data center, right? Traditional, either 3-tier or collapsed core design, and you going into now SACI or traditional MPBGP, EVPN, multi-site model. You just go straight to that. You can kind of see like the moment, the OS moment in the engineer's brain. He's like, oh, I got to learn this. Or I got to learn this. Well, I'm used to this. And now it takes a while for you to catch up. But if you treat Catalyst Center as a management platform first, and not this is synonymous with SDA, you'll find that Catalyst Center is actually a cool piece of technology. Now, I already know you're probably getting hit with your reps, Cisco reps, saying, oh, SDA, 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 SDA. Not every network is ready for SDA. Not every client is ready for SDA. But if you can help with management, network management, everybody's ready for that. Again, hopefully that was informative. This is done for Padlock Technology, answering questions about, technology, Cisco related, some non-Cisco related. Just keep sending me questions and I will get you an answer. Hopefully this was informative. Thank you, and have a nice day.